adjust my angle because this lighting is god awful.
It looks like there's a sunset going on in your background.
Yeah.
I'm literally right
Looks like you're
behind.
God right now.
Oh.
Fair.
All right, guys, welcome to a new episode after a 6-month hiatus to the Type1lifting podcast. The Touch and Go gang is here. On the top, we have Xander Fallick, bottom, Hannah Hardy, and the other side, Vic Rodriguez. How's everybody doing, guys?
Doing great.
Great, man.
Fantastic.
I'm so jacked about CrossFit right now.
CrossFit is back. It has been here, but it's technically back.
Yeah. Hannah, you got a new mic, huh?
I did. I'm trying to be more professional. So I got this mic. I hope it works well because I don't know. I just
stocking stuffer.
Yeah.
It sounds really good, by the way. So we just need to trade Vic over to one.
No, hey, listen, these Jabras,
Oh.
professional. Okay, let me be very quiet. Let me be frank. These are top notch.
I did look into that. Because I have headphones, but like currently they're not wireless. I need to charge my computer. So, so you look a little bit more professional than me. That's just kind of like off in the corner with my mic.
Like he's about to send me an index variable annuity.
Well,
so that's a yes.
Yes. So
in some circles, like, is your office in a mall? Like it's right next to Wetzel's Pretzels? Like I'm just asking.
Do you need to re-up your auto insurance?
It's like, let's talk about your Blue Cross policy.
Synergy.
well, since we had 6 months off, Xander, what have you been up to?
I ran a marathon.
Oh, how'd that go?
It happened. I ran it. I didn't die. I felt like I was dying, but I didn't die. Ran a marathon. I traveled. Yeah, no, just the same old. Like I'm just not ever in one spot long enough to be kept down.
All right. Hannah, what have you been up to?
Well, I went to the CrossFit Games. That was kind of fun. I am currently just trying to figure out how to be a chiropractor and a CrossFit athlete at the same time. So nothing too different than, what I have been doing.
Mm-hmm. Now you have a significant other as well. And so you told me he's not really versed in the CrossFit space. So how does he, handle you being a CrossFit athlete and seeing what you have to do compared to what he's probably used to be doing?
Yeah, so it's fun. It's like I kind of like it just because I get to introduce something that's been a part of my life for the past 10 years into somebody else's, but he's also very supportive. He's very ambitious with his career and personal goals. So the fact that I also have career and personal goals, he's so aligned with it. And I mean, to think it's like he got to go to Orlando. He got to go to Madison, Wisconsin. I mean, this next year he gets to go to Fort Worth. We get to, travel with CrossFit.
Like, you got to go to beautiful scenic Madison, Wisconsin.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's the bucket list right there.
We got to go. I mean, so we got to go to Orlando and Disney World, and then yes, he got to explore the Great North. So there's some perks here and there. He gets some free swag here and there.
You got a Noble tote bag? Nice.
He definitely does have a Noble backpack of mine. And then he does have some Born Primitives. So he definitely, rides the waves. He also got, a backstage pass to see medical and the athlete warm-up area, which most people don't get to get. So he got some pretty good perks there. But it's really fun. Plus, I always love when he tries to do CrossFit and he doesn't understand the lingo, and then he typically makes the workout 1,000 times worse than it's supposed to be. And I'm like, oh, I didn't explain it well. So those are the only arguments we've ever gotten in are about CrossFit workouts.
Okay.
Bad.
Okay. All right.
It's not bad.
And I know you were considering maybe doing a podcast with him with your experience as a CrossFit athlete, and then him? Is
Yeah.
that still in the works, or what's going on with that?
I mean, that was the whole reason why I got this podcasting equipment. So I got him a headset, I got him a mic. That might be in the works at some point. We just need to, hopefully this like, you know, sparks his interest. Like he's hearing me from the other room talk. So maybe we can finally talk about it, because you know, anytime I try to bring up the history or things like that, he's like, save it for the podcast. I want it to be like the first time hearing this. I'm like, no, I need to tell you, because you don't understand like the whole nuances of everything.
You don't know the
Like
pain.
when I'm like, oh man, affiliate fees are going up by, you know, 50%. And he's just like, why does that matter? Like, okay, no, like, okay, now I have to go down this whole spiel of, you know, the past, like, you know, like 25 years of CrossFit. And then like he knows nothing. But it's also fun, like, especially when I have, you know, podcast on and things along those lines. He just kind of makes fun of me for talking about CrossFit stuff all the time.
Yeah. So if you need me to talk to you on the podcast, you want me to say, well, back in my day, because I'm like super old and kind of can give him like a little bit more of like, you know, the old time stuff.
Yeah, totally. So please, like, you can always come on the podcast and say that, because, you know, you might know, it's like, I mean, I started in like 2013, 2014. So, it might be, you might know a little bit more than I do.
Maybe we'll see. But was it a big like eye-opening experience for him, seeing you as a professional athlete at the games and what you go through and all that stuff?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, you know, like when he first came to semifinals, I think that's when he realized how big this actually was, because I mean, Orlando was sold out. There's so many incredible athletes there. We made the CrossFit Games, and then going to the CrossFit Games, seeing like, I mean, just all the ins and outs, Athlete Village, just like all the vendor village. I mean, I think he was taken aback of, you know, like just like even the caliber of athlete that's there. But also like people are about this sport, even though like sometimes it doesn't feel like it, like on our side of things. No, I think like it really like opened his eyes. I mean, to the point where, you know, he didn't come to Crash Crucible. Granted, he did like come back from a work trip right before then. And I was like, hey, it's only, you know, 2.5 hours away in Spartanburg. And he's like, Hannah, you know, I've been to the semifinals, I've been to the CrossFit Games, and I don't know if I can just go to this local comp. When, you know,
I love
like,
how you just disrespected Crash Crucible.
I know, and it's like,
it is a local comp, yeah, but it's like when you look
Yeah.
at it, it's like, cool, I went to Orlando and scenic Madison, Wisconsin. It's like I can go to Spartanburg, South Carolina.
I know, and to think like, I mean, like Crash Crucible is actually like, I mean, pretty much like my favorite comp of the year. So it's like, oh man, like I understand. Like, I mean, at some point he's gonna be like, I'll just skip semifinals, you know. Oh, we're only going to Knoxville this year. I don't know if I want to go to Knoxville. At least we get to go to Fort Worth
And be indoors in,
Yeah.
in 10-degree heat.
Yeah.
We'll get there.
And like
So,
with a 5%, it's going to be outside, maybe.
yeah. I mean, I don't know.
Yeah.
That saves me.
That's true. That does save you. I understand that one. That's a
if
throwback.
everything's inside, it saves me for sure.
That is
Nice.
traumatic. How have you handled that?
You know, heat still bothers me, but that's okay because it's winter time. And
Annie Thorisdottir and Carl Webb have something in common now.
Yep.
I know. Look at all of us.
Yeah, you're like CrossFit trivia now.
I know. Well, everybody just knows me of that team athlete that just blacked out. So at least they have names. I'm lived on somebody's shoulder as they're carrying me on our 2.5 mile journey.
3.5-hour YouTube clip on some event from the 2023 CrossFit Games.
I became a meme, you know, like, you know, this was like an iconic year for me. So, yeah, like it, you know, but
in
you
picture,
know,
not in name.
Yes, no, in picture. No one knows who I am, and it's a-okay. And I'm hoping maybe.
What was your team number on like y'all's? Was it like 417? Which was your team number? It's like that girl with the brown hair and her team bib number.
We're one. I was 182.
Yeah, because doesn't it go by like your open ranking?
It goes by your semifinals. So,
Okay.
so like with me, it's like the 1 was the fact that we're at the North America East. The 8 was we got 8th place, and then 2 because Adcock comes before Hardy.
Okay. Okay.
Alphabetical. Yeah.
I
at some point.
I had no idea that's what the numbers meant.
Did you? Oh
No
man,
clue.
no, yeah. If you like, no, you can totally do it. So like mine in the first year was 3-1-2. So, from that it was like we got 3rd. It was weird. It was like a little bit backwards. Like we got 3rd. We were at I was like we're at the MAC. So 1 and then 2 because Decray comes before Hardy.
So there's no real rhyme or reason. They just decided to just throw numbers out there.
Yeah,
like, hey,
That sounds
your
CrossFit.
assignment.
That's very on brand. It's unknown and unknowable.
Seriously. Yeah, so those are the numbers. They're supposed to, there's a rhyme and reason behind them. It's a little bit more easier for the individuals to understand than or like the teens and masters. And then teams, yeah, there's like a whole, like, I don't know, system you need to know.
Well, at least this could be a CrossFit trivia $1,000 question. Who were the 3 people that blacked out during the CrossFit Games?
That's a lot of prize money. That's more money than some athletes win. So
No, I'm just like Jeopardy. Like Jeopardy, I'll take.
I don't see Ken Jennings.
I mean,
really
well,
that one out of the
didn't Jason Khalifa like pass out on a run and then just like come to and keep on running?
That sounds pretty Khalifa-esque.
Yeah, maybe.
I think that happened in like
the triathlon in 2012.
333 was it?
Was it like the 300 double unders?
The only thing that came from that was Rich Froning walking.
Okay.
Yeah, no, Jason did really well. I think it might have been the triathlon. Yeah, like he literally like I think just like stumbles, falls, gets up, and just keeps going.
Okay.
So maybe there's 4 of us. There's probably like so many more, but like they're like me and they're lost, or like maybe they actually cut the camera. They don't just dead on like show it.
Okay. All right. I'll take CrossFit Games for 500, please. All right. Well, Vic, what have you been up to the past 6 months?
Oh, I've been just trying to stay afloat. I mean, just work's been going great. It's been very busy. A little bit of travel here. We went to the games, did that. What else have I done? Oh yeah, went to Rogue. Went to Rogue Invitational. Got to see that. That was pretty cool. And now really just kind of prepping. I somehow managed to qualify for TFX. I don't know.
Are you doing amateur or called amateur?
I think it's like
pro and then individual.
Pro, the next one, yeah, that RX division, yeah.
Okay.
Nice, man.
So amateur, yeah. But yeah, no, I'm excited. It's kind of cool to be able to go back down to Texas, especially Austin, because really any excuse to go to Austin out.
Yeah, Austin's a good time.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I'm excited for that. And then of course we've got Wadapalooza as well. So yeah, a whole lot of stuff going on.
Actually, 2 Wadapaloozas.
Oh yeah, the one in September. I totally forgot about that one.
Man,
I don't know if I'm gonna go to that though. I'm not sure. I'd like to. It's West Coast, so.
No, I'm excited to see like what that's actually gonna be like. I mean,
I've already walked past where the venue is.
I mean, it's
really?
Whoa, look at you. How's it look?
It's a fucking beach.
I mean, that's dope.
I really wish I could I wish I could say it anywhere else.
It's a beach. What do you want?
So they had the World Skateboarding League, or I'm sorry, not skateboarding, surfing league, World Surfing League, in the same area.
Okay.
It's just more. They had the opportunity to use more space, which I think is desperate at Bayfront Park. So like that's an advantage.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, so if we've watched Ballers, we know where the venue is.
Yeah, more or less. Only seasons 4 and 5.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Oh man, I have so much more. I'm like on season 1, so I got time to catch up.
I'm on season 0.
Suits. Yeah, Suits and Entourage.
Oh, Suits I've already blasted through. I love that. That's great.
Dude, Suits I watched when it was still on USA. So.
Oh shoot.
Yeah.
Hey, did you guys know that there's a Monk movie coming out in 2 days?
The USA
What?
like Monk show.
Yeah, like Monk, the TV show, is coming out with a movie.
Oh,
Yeah, I know.
Interesting.
I shouldn't be that excited, but for some reason, Tony Shalhoub, I'll take it, especially with his. All I can think of is him and Men in Black, and I'm like, I love this dude.
That's he's just such a small character in that.
I know, but memorable.
He's not. He's objectively no one else has ever brought that person up from that film. Like if it's Leonard Lawrence D'Onofrio or whatever he is who plays Kingpin and was on
Vincent,
Law and Order,
yeah.
Criminal Intent. Yeah, Vincent D'Onofrio.
Private Pile.
Yeah, exactly. And then you talk about Tommy Lee Jones, you talk about Will Smith, or you talk about the dog.
Rosario Dawson.
Oh, her too.
Yeah, no, she's the doctor in Daredevil now, and or from Star Wars.
she is Ahsoka Tano.
Which is a great series, by the way.
Okay, back to CrossFit.
Anyway, so
Yeah, sorry.
so what I've been
mind
up,
works.
so my bad.
What
so
have you been doing, Tom?
So,
No one's asked you.
Of course not. So I actually shut Type 1 Lifting, the clothing store, down
Okay.
because I was getting absolutely like no traction whatsoever on the thing. And Hannah, I still have your shirt like literally in my car for like the past 6 months, just waiting just to,
One
give it to you.
day, like when we do this podcast, like I'm just gonna be in the studio with you.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's an unfinished basement. There's not much to go for it down here. But anyway, so that and my daughter turned 5 in the gap, and then I am no longer a medical recruiter. So I am working for my wife as a assistant social media manager. So for her brand, So Sarah R. So go follow her on Instagram.
Here we go.
So yeah,
He's a kept man.
Yep.
He's a kept man.
So helping her out and just lifting as much weight as I can, and just trying to
Doing hang snatches at 225. It's cool.
yeah.
I saw that. That was
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah, I did. I actually power snatched 250 recently.
Dang.
Woo!
So like I had like a little bit of a bend. It was like almost at 90 degrees, but kind of not. So, and then yeah, like my numbers have gone like really, really good because I actually
Jesus, how much insulin are you in there?
a
Jesus,
lot,
just
a lot.
fuck.
So
Boy,
yeah,
don't need
like
pancreas for shit.
yeah, but like hang cleaning like 300, 305 easily. So but what's been pushing me is like since I was training all by myself, this guy that was at the gym was like, hey, I see you do all this Olympic lifting stuff, like can you kind of like show me how to do it? And so I was like, yeah, like just do a couple of the movements, here's a training program you could try out. I'm like, you got to watch a whole bunch of YouTube videos just to kind of get the gist of it, and I'll coach you through it in between sets or whatever. And then like later on, I'm like, you know what, screw it, like you want to do CrossFit with me? And he's like, I'll try it, and
CrossFit
see what happens.
saved weightlifting in America. I have no
Yeah,
problem saying
yeah, but yeah, he loves it. Like I literally text him the night before, like what the program is on Misfit, and then we kind of go for it. And he's lost like 60 pounds.
Damn.
Oh my gosh.
So, yeah, he's killing it, absolutely killing it.
Okay.
And his numbers are like unreal. Like they've gone up through the roof. And like for me, I always tell him, I'm like, my goal is to be 100 more pounds than you are for like lifting weight
the
wise.
Caroline Connors rule. Nice.
Yeah. But he's doing great. I mean, we did the what do you call it? The dumbbell snatches and the burpees with the target today.
Oh,
And
I gotta do that.
yeah, he killed it. Absolutely killed it. And like he's just endurance wise, he's like, I used to run a mile and just be dying, and now it's like a piece of cake.
There you go.
So yeah, it's unreal, like the changes that he's like seeing. And you could see it too. It's like a slow progression. Like you see him like really overweight and like just sucking wind, and then kind of like getting better. And then all of a sudden he's just like almost beating me, and I'm like, oh bitch, I better step up and just kind of try to race him and just try to beat him. So, but yeah, it's unreal, like the stuff he's doing. So very, very proud of him.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's really cool.
Yeah, and I give him like grips all the time too. He's just like, yeah, like I can't do pull-ups, and he's like, he's like stringing up like 4 pull-ups at a time.
Aw.
That's really good.
So yeah, he's doing really good. But anyway, that's kind of what I've been up to. Not much. And then podcast is starting back up again, so I got like a all of December I got something lined up, so I'm really excited for that, and hopefully get some more people and kind of go from there. But
Nice.
yeah, and of course I wanted you guys on the podcast first because Touch and Go gang has to always be around. So
King of the
course.
castle, king of the castle.
yeah, of course. So obviously there's a lot of stuff that came up when we were
What?
gone. Yeah,
What happened? 6
like-
months?
yeah,
Nothing
6
could
months.
change.
Yeah, of course
Nothing can
not.
change.
But the big one that just recently happened was, they raised the affiliate fees to 4,500.
Oh, shoot.
Some people don't like it.
Yeah, of course. Who
Some
wants
people
any?
do.
Yeah, no one wants a
Thanks,
price increase
inflation.
on anything.
Yeah,
The first
Yeah.
price increase in what, 15 years?
11.
Yeah,
I think it was like 11 years, and it's supposedly there's some people grandfathered in at $500 per year for their affiliate fees, which is like
Honestly,
you had an
crazy.
affiliate in 2001? Yeah, that probably tracks.
listen, if I was that person, I would have shut the fuck up and didn't say a thing. Don't say anything. Don't talk about it.
I don't
Oh
think
my.
they did. It's the internet running wild.
Mm.
Yeah, but I think like if you have like the $500 or like $1,000 affiliate fee, they're not gonna I think they're gonna slow roll you up the 4,500.
Yeah.
That's what I
And
heard.
even-
Not
and but-
like, hey, give me my money.
Take it.
But even if they didn't, it's a sign of the times, buddy. You can't be on the legacy price forever. I'm sorry. Like I'm very like this is this is my work. This is work me talking. I just get it's so funny dealing with or encountering customers who have gotten a sweet deal for so many years and they're literally getting a service for free for what they pay.
Mhm.
And then the moment you decide to say, hey, we want to raise prices, they're, oh, you're robbing me. You're not doing anything for me. Everyone comes up with an excuse. What have you done for us?
Yesterday's
what's
price
this?
is not today's
Exactly.
price. But
Thank
it's
you very
also-
much.
But to the point, it's like we also like people just think of HQ as this ethereal like Mount Olympus that is
Mhm.
only trying to do right for CrossFit. It's like it's a business now.
Yeah.
Like there's different. It's a business. It was bought by private equity, and the thing is, it's like to counter the point is like what is your affiliate fee get you?
Right.
I think
And I
that's the
think-
main reason people are thinking that. Like, what is this going to do with the extra 1,500?
On top of what the old 3,000 a year even got you to begin with. So really what it can get you is you get group rate insurance for like your entire affiliate if anything goes wrong because you're a CrossFit licensed affiliate, which is something not a lot of people. You get cap resources. Again, however you feel about these things is up to you. You get anything on the website, all the methodology, all that stuff. Now, to that point, how much is out there already for objectively free?
Yeah.
So what am I truly getting out of it at the end of the day? And I think
Mm.
that's a actual question to be asking.
Well, you
Right.
think about it this way, right? You have something that's already out there for free, but that was how this whole CrossFit thing started. And so when people decided to affiliate, it was to show support of that so they could continue to do that stuff. So you're basically paying for the bones to keep the structure up and running. Um, you know, the other part is you have all of these additional features that not all affiliates use because they either do their own programming, they go out and they outsource a lot of the additional resources that CrossFit provides because they don't like them. They don't like those resources, so they go with their own. And it's how they differentiate between other CrossFit gyms. Oh, well, that gym does that program. We have this programming, and we have these coaches, and we have these services that make us stand out from the rest. And if everyone was to just use everything that CrossFit gave them, and okay, great, now they're going to actually pull in a system and do a little bit more for them, everything would be homogenized. And that, in theory, is actually counterintuitive to what CrossFit wants in the first place.
Yeah. I also saw. I obviously I know it's a money thing, and obviously for Vic, I know Lindsay Grassis. Well, I forget her. She's a new name,
Cuffrey.
but
Yeah,
yeah,
Lindsay Cuffrey. Yeah,
So
she got married.
I
She's the new
saw.
taxation name.
Yes, yes. So she actually said in one of the comments that she's like, "What is this 4,500? Like, what's this extra 1,500 gonna do?" I'm not doing it verbatim because I'm not gonna go back there and look at the
Mhm.
comment, but she's like, I'd rather use that $1,500 to put that in the gym compared to paying CrossFit.
Business
It's
person,
true.
you're gonna end like the thing is it's hard as a small business owner to be like, I need to increase your prices. This is gonna force essentially every affiliate to increase their fee because it's cutting into your like revenue at the end
Mhm.
of the day. Um, and so if you're trying to look at it from a gross perspective, like it's always been challenging to a lot of people in a CrossFit gym. It's very we're community centric, so you know a lot of these people, and you're gonna lose some gym goers as you raise rates. That's just what it is.
Here's here's something else to also think about is the term CrossFit is branded, right? It's a copyright. Um, Say we pull that off of all the SEO that occurs on online searches for people looking for gyms. Now you pay for that advertising. Now you pay for those CrossFit. Now you pay for that trendy word that's going to make you pop up to the top when someone says, I need to go find somewhere to go work out and change my life. How expensive is that? Because I bet you a lot of these gym owners don't know dick about advertising. I've seen it at plenty of gyms. They don't know how to create an email list. They don't know how to market or advertise to people. They just think, hey, word of mouth, I'll share something on Facebook. Hopefully people show up. And I've seen gyms fail that way. So I hope that with this additional 1,500 that the CrossFit does actually return, some other resource that's going to help them bring more people into that gym and make them and help these gym owners make money. But at the same time, you got to have a little bit of faith because you have been getting a fair amount of value. It's just unrealized because of the situations that we've gone through these past 3 or 4 years. And it's a little cold. It's a little cold, but I'm just like, hey man, $1,500 for a franchise fee. Like you take a look at every other franchise in the world, the fees are always way more than what you're paying for right now.
Mhm.
So it was a business choice. You chose to get into this type of business. You chose to have an affiliation or a franchise, essentially, if you will, and these are the fees.
Yeah, well, isn't F45 like 10 grand for an affiliate fee or something? It's like it's really up
Most
there.
businesses like will like you'll pay an upfront charge and then you end up paying something usually on gross revenue. Like it's never net, it's always gross. So at the end of the day, that's how a lot of those businesses are set up, and which allows them. But when it comes to F45, like they still have a lot more control over a lot of the environment that's within them. Like to be fair and to be fair, when it comes down to like at the end of the day, like CrossFit's never tried to like they don't like unless you go to the affiliate search portal on the website, you're not getting any marketing from HQ. That's just not a thing. Never
No.
has been.
No.
It's
No.
doesn't matter. And like yeah, you have CrossFit that can come up on a Google search, Google Maps. Like a lot of gyms have ended up rebranding themselves as outside of CrossFit to begin with. So I like even if you're like paying for an affiliation, like there's an argument to be had. Increasing the cost is probably going to end up getting rid of a few affiliates, which again, like those affiliates were probably going to go away to begin with. And there's also different tiers of the pricing depending on we're looking at it from a just North America, really US centric, Canadian centric side, when there's different tiers of the pricing too, because they did end up lowering affiliation costs in some other places around the world.
Henny, you got something? I know you had. It looked like you were gonna say something.
No, I mean with me it's I wish that when it's like I really don't mind the price increase, but they needed to bring out like they needed to tell
The
what's
rollout
coming
was
down the
not good.
pipeline.
Yeah, the
Yeah, or like
rollout
saying
was not ideal because it was like essentially it'll be in the frequently asked questions. It'll be in the FAQs. It'll be in the facts that we're giving out in an email to be delivered shortly.
yeah. It's just like it's kind of like all right, like I know that we'll talk about like the game season, but it's like okay, bring out the rule book and then just put everything out out there. So, I mean, I do think like, I mean, this could be me trying to be optimistic, but I think CrossFit's going to like provide some more resources. But it's just like you kind of have to put
Yeah.
faith in them, like we always have, like that
That's why we need to
we've
stop
had to
calling
have.
it HQ, because it's
Right.
not. Like
Yeah.
you're like it's this ethereal Mount Olympus that people talk to, and it's like, oh, Zeus is up there with like all the other gods, and it doesn't matter, like, because at the end of the day, they're doing something back there, and it's a business.
Yeah,
And the thing
and
is, I think I think they're finally coming down to the point that they're going to end up splitting off like competitive CrossFit and mom and pop local community fitness CrossFit.
no, they have to. And CrossFit can actually like monetize from the games. Like say like, hey, you're using our name, so like we take some of the profit, and then the games can go off and look with Dave and Adrian and be, you know, the greatest thing that they can be.
Speaking about games, they're actually now it's 25% more people for the semifinal. Well, not semifinals, but like
Fuck yeah,
quarterfinals.
boy! I get to do heats of my affiliate for quarterfinals weekend. Yes.
Oh my
So-
gosh, there's gonna be like so many more affiliates like shutting down, just like United did for TTT. Or I've been like talking to like so many a lot of gym owners about this, and they're like saying like, yeah, like if, you know, say it was like we have like 15 people qualify, it's like, hey, you can go into, it's like you can come in during open gym time. It's like I will set things up for you, but if you do it during class time, I'm gonna murder you. You know. Um, so, um, and this is even going back to like somewhat of the affiliate fee. This is something that I talked to a gym owner and I was saying like, hey, like, you know, like what you could do right now, if CrossFit doesn't do anything, right now your affiliate fee is going towards, okay, being able to qualify for quarterfinals without having to go through the hassle of submitting a video and getting reviewed and all of that stuff. And I said, like, look, if you don't have like, say, like 25 signups, which their yearly membership can like pay for the affiliate fee, if you don't hit that mark, just unaffiliate. That's the only thing you're getting right now. But I mean, at the same time, it's like, yeah, quarterfinals is crazy. They're taking everybody. I hope programming's good, or else like if you have like a one-off like cardio event or a one-off strength event, you can really skew the leaderboard and people will not make it because they'll drop to like 10,000th.
Yep.
Yeah, and to one thing, I don't think I could ever, in good conscience, argue for like de-affiliating, because I just feel like we're just like the amount of changes that have gone in the past 4 years, we're just shooting ourselves in the foot. I understand where you're coming from, Hannah, and I know you didn't say that, but I don't think
Yeah.
I could ever even put the words together to like just argue for it, because I've like, for me, it's like I've taken the John Woolley Make Wads Great Again perspective, where it's like, hey, I will talk about this, but we still have to lift up CrossFit instead of just like keep just shitting on it and just expecting things to change. It's
right. No,
because
like I'm a huge
that's-
proponent.
yeah, exactly. And I'm
Yeah,
not
like I'm a
saying that.
huge
So it's just the funny part is, it's like I'll probably do quarterfinals. I always tell people, just sign up for the open. You're gonna pay for 3 Starbucks drinks in a week, and it'll cover your open cost.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You'll end up like buying like 6 new pairs of shoes this year, and there goes like half of your quarterfinals registration. Like at the base level cynicism, it's a money grab. Like, guys, like
Yeah.
you can't, like, that is 1,000,000% where the optics all went. It is, we have opened up the population to sign up and hopefully generate more profit off of it. That's what HQ's like has to be. Like, you know, that was a talking point. It's not all of it. It's probably 65% of it, but
Right.
it's part of it. And then at the end of the day, it's like, I'm gonna do it, but I'm not gonna record my scores, guys. I'm fun fact, guys. I'm never going to I never went to regionals. I never am going to semis. I just like doing the workouts and carrying on with the rest of my life. So I'm going to sign up because I'm like, you know what? This is going to some black hole of somebody's accounting book up in Denver or wherever the hell we're like HQing ourselves right now. And it's just going to go to some fund. And at the end of the day, I'm going to just like encourage people just to do quarterfinals if you sign up. Like, if you don't want to do the workouts because, hey, you have to have rope climbs 7.5 feet from the GHD that has to be in this 7.9 square inches box, and you also have to have your wall ball delineated by the square of pi, and it has to be. It's like the floor charts. Like we all know that there's a bunch of issues at affiliates that they run into spacing wise, and it's hopefully we just don't have a V up situation. But it's to Hannah's point, it's gonna be hilarious when like a weightlifter comes in for the strength event and just like throws up
Destroys
a
it.
450-pound clean.
Yeah.
And
Yep.
Hannah Black gets screwed.
Yeah.
Who's that? Who's the Wall Street Wall Street weight?
weightlifter.
Yeah, yeah,
Senator
Rubio. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he'll do like a like a clean complex or something like that for like quarterfinals and like just have to destroy everybody and just screw the whole scoreboard up.
I
He
just
is
wanna see him get
ridiculously
waxed.
strong.
No, it's fun when he got waxed on Grace by Zach Talander. Be honest, guys. That was encouraging.
I didn't watch that.
Oh, it's at the games in the RV park. Great video.
Oh, okay.
You just watch them. You're like, oh, you are strong. You just can't string 30 reps at 135 together, and it's like this is CrossFit versus weightlifting.
Right.
Yeah. Well, when I thought about the whole 25%, I just thought of Dumb and Dumber. I'm like, so you're saying there's a chance? I'm like,
Hey, you know what?
I can get in.
Hey, this means that people don't have to cheat to get into quarterfinals this year. So if this was their win,
They're
their
still
goal,
gonna do. They're
They
still
were
gonna do it
cheat.
anyway.
They're gonna cheat in the open when they walk through their burpee pull up and wall walk or
Yep.
shuttle run workout. Let's cut the crap. Cut the crap.
I just
Come on. Yeah, everybody's got their like Susan like B Jordan guy that's just gonna just walk and just like half-ass something. Like it's gonna be there. And guess what? Get waxed in quarters. Everybody knows it. Okay? Like you can't Aaron Rodgers, crystallize, burn some sage, and just like pray to like some local dark tunneled cauldron elf for like healing properties. Like that's not gonna help you.
Oh my goodness.
Do you think like obviously with quarterfinals, how many workouts were there? Were like 5 this past year?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah.
there's-
Yeah.
I think there's
Workouts?
still gonna be
Sorry,
5
you
this
kind
year.
of cut out for me. You meant workouts 5?
Yeah, 5. Yeah. So are they gonna do like let's just say if like the bottom half of the 25%, do you think they're gonna make like the first workout like really easy for them to do it, or are they just gonna just like are they just gonna blast through them like do like I don't know like pistol squats right off the bat or something like that?
Like it doesn't matter because you do all 5 events. Like you just have you
Now-
have the time,
Yeah.
like restraints to do them. It's like you have 24 hours for 2, 24 hours for 3 and 4, and then 24 hours to do test 5. And hopefully, I would hope that they would extend the window out a little bit.
I think they
longer.
are. I think they're
said that too,
yeah.
right?
Did they also say that team quarterfinals was first as opposed to indie quarterfinals this year?
No, it's Indy and age
No.
group are the same weekend. And
Yeah,
then
but
is
team
separate.
team is first.
Team's going first this
Yeah,
year.
team is 2 weeks. Yeah, team's going first 2 weeks before indie and age group. Yeah.
We just need one fucking calendar. Gosh dang it, guys! I'm asking. We
No,
all
this
got to say it. Just give
No,
us a
this is why
calendar.
the rule book should be out before like any of the dates. Just like drop
Rules?
everything.
We don't need
all at
rules.
once.
I need $75 to pay for the open and
That
quarterfinals. this year,
that happens
Hannah.
all the time anyway. Like the rule book is like very last minute and
No,
like
last year was early. Last
Yeah.
year it was like October, like let's call it Halloween. I think it was even before Halloween. We had everything early, and it's just like
Yeah, but like there's me like okay, like you guys like I love team. It's all right. You have like the minimum qualifying spots, and all of a sudden there's like 7 and 8, like 7 for North America West and 8 for East. It's like, oh, can we earn more? Oh,
does
is this all
anyone
we're
wanna just
getting?
tell us like what the workout requirements are for teams? Like, if I'm being honest, like, hey, team quarterfinals is coming first. Like, hey, do you have to have all your teammates doing the open workouts in the same affiliate?
Right.
I think
Or-
so.
because that's a
Yeah,
dumb
he's like, you
fucking
need
rule.
to.
No, that was the dumbest rule in the world. No one will argue that. Hey, you should be able to do the open where you want. If you decide to go team, then you have to do all your open or quarterfinals
Quarterfinal.
together as the team. Like
Yeah.
doing them
I
all
mean, that would
together-
actually be like kind of legit. I mean, that would make it even easier. Like you only have to
Yes.
coordinate one weekend.
Yeah, exactly.
Which is what it should be.
You should be
It's like
putting less stress on the
coordinating-
athletes
yeah,
instead of every
coordinating-
fucking week.
Open workouts is the dumb. It's your art. Like CrossFit's not cheap. Like, and granted, like Hannah, this is
Really?
a broad statement.
Yeah.
You don't make money on team. Like
I don't.
You do it.
I lost
because
money
you're-
this past year, guys.
Probably. Like, it's a very serious hobby for most people. Like, if you're already trying to increase cost, you should be able to think through maybe a little bit at the HQ level. Like, hey, maybe we can try to save people some dollars.
Yeah. No, I mean, heck, I would like that. I mean, especially like trying to coordinate teams, people like wondering if they can make
Yeah. Or like
semifinals
when
in
you
the
guys
top
did
40.
team workouts, it was like, oh, we're going to start on Wednesday. Everybody else starts on Thursday, but we're going to start on a Wednesday. It's like,
Yeah.
what the fuck were we like? There's logistics, like rule book's important. Quarterfinals, more people get to do it. Great. Guess what? You're hopefully getting more people to get encouragement to be more competitive in the sport, continue on growing the sport. But we also do need a little bit of information.
Yep, pretty much.
CrossFit is expensive.
Yeah.
It's like a gateway drug for spending habits. I started CrossFit. I met you guys. Now I'm buying
it's
a bunch of
gateway
sneakers.
drug for spending. Like, if you were thought budgeting was important to you, and you're like going to try to do things from a financial advisor aspect, yeah, no, it sounds really great. And then you pick up CrossFit, and you're like, I need a new pair.
I'll email you after, Xander.
I think sport-wise, like, I think it could be. I mean, it's not like running. You just buy like a pair of running shoes and run, but like compared like golf.
How many jump ropes do you need right now? Like, objectively, you need
like 4.
Rope,
you need like
drag
4.
rope. You need a speed rope. You need the
a beaded rope.
You need
a crossover rope.
A crossover rope. Like, it's hilarious.
I got more ropes than a S&M. God damn, it's ridiculous.
Pause. Okay, Jack Harlow.
Clip that. Clip that.
Keep it vanilla in here, Jack.
Sorry, my bad.
Jesus.
Is it a kid show? My bad.
No,
it's okay. It's okay.
Kids show. Fuck them kids.
Yeah. I was gonna say when Hannah said she lost money, I'm like, well, she hasn't started her OF fans page yet, so that's why she's losing money. But hey,
dang, one day, guys, one day. That's what this whole podcast will be about. But guys, this is how you make money.
This is how we do it. I have now pooled my Sexy Red and Megan Thee Stallion dollars together, and now I'm able to fund all of my hopes and dreams in this competitive fitness arena.
It's like, thank you for funding my CrossFit career.
Yep. Well, pretty much I was gonna break it at the end, but I'm actually doing a feet finder page, so people can check my feet out for some money. So kidding.
Free.
Bro, aren't you like the same shoe size as me?
Well, I wear a size 12, so 12, 13 just depends on what it is. So, but I'll tell you what, those Nike lifters, the new the Romalos, like the new ones, you need to size up on those bad boys, like the latest ones.
The Romaleo 4s?
Yeah, the Romaleo 4s.
Oh, I like. Oh yeah,
I'm a size
3s.
Well,
yeah. So the 4s I got, and you have to see how size up on those things. Those are like way too tight. So.
Oh, that sounds like a personal problem.
Yeah. So.
No, the 13s fit nice.
Yeah. 13s. You have a 13? God damn,
yeah.
Man.
They call me Flipper.
I was like Romaleo 13s. I'm like, Jesus, what 2200 university fucking weightlifting in over there, pal?
I got it on. I got a really good deal on them.
First of all, Joe Bro slap.
So the next one a question I had was, I know Dave Castro was like not really talking about this, but kind of like a triple crown, maybe for like individual athletes. Like, I kind of want to like, they were talking, a couple bunch of people were talking about it too. I was like trying to figure out like where, like, what would be the incentive of people doing like a triple crown, as well as like where would they bring it, and like how would that manage throughout the whole season?
So
it's
first,
because you're trying to officially finally like set up a season. That's actually what you're trying to do.
Yeah.
But it's bullshit, because it's like, so you're just got to stay fit year round.
Right, like you're literally murdering people. It's different. Like, you can make a triple crown of golf, but like you can't do that with CrossFit. You literally just seasons would end after 2 seasons.
So here's the thing, though. Imagine this. Imagine in times before. No, please never. Imagine how people used to go to different sanctionals to try to qualify for the games. What if this part of the season is, hey, if I do well enough at this one competition during the season, I qualify for the CrossFit games, and I can just focus on training and not overdoing it and trying to ramp up for this one part. So there
I
might
like what
be a
you're saying, but we're gonna change the fucking season structure again.
hey, that's what they do. But I'm just saying, like,
Fair.
that could be possible. Um, Also, if there's a triple crown for CrossFit, do we also get to like dress up and like have cocktails and stuff to watch it, like we're for like
The Kentucky Derby.
Churchill Downs, yeah, or Kentucky Derby, you know what I mean? Like
Big old women get like big old hats and stuff, like a
That'd be pretty
seersucker
dope.
suit. Yeah.
hilarious.
But I mean, man, like the one thing with like what I love about like the games is that, like there's people like me that can just start like from the open and work your way up. But at Rogue, it's like, okay, there are 5 qualifying spots out of the
Yeah, if you're gonna
qualifier.
do the queue.
Why
and
would
get
I do
your
the qualifier? I am not
wrecked.
gonna make it. I know that.
Bro, those Q workouts were
Dude, they're so gnarly. I
Yeah,
feel like they're worse than Rogue.
Josh and Spieler like do a very high quality job of programming that.
yeah,
Yeah.
but rough. Boy, those are some rough workouts.
So where like if they actually did a triple crown, like would you do it like, one place like down under, then Dubai, and then like Rogue or something like that, or like where
No,
would
you
you
need to-
like how would you manage that?
You need to compress it to like you'd have to do it more like golf.
Mhm.
Like you'd have to compress the season
Yeah.
and have them be like, okay, because you're like these are big opportunities to win big prize purses.
Yeah.
Agreed.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
like you'd essentially do it like June, July, August, or maybe do like a May, July, September. You're giving like athletes a window to like
Yeah.
come down and like you can train back. But it would have to be done that way. It's not going to be like horse racing where it's
Mhm.
I believe it's over a 6-week period. It goes Kentucky, Belmont, Churchill.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like it's very quick. It's like maybe 6 weeks, and that's the only way. And it would have to all be like you're staying in the US. You're
Mhm.
gonna end up like I don't see them doing Dubai down under games because of the time zones.
Right.
Or what if the triple crown is actually not based on location, but based on seasonal points, where you're doing workouts and it's not you're crowning the champion of that one
Yeah, but
inviter.
then it's not really a triple crown anymore because you want a point
Yeah.
system like golf. Like nobody gives a shit about who won the PGA Tour Championship for points at the end of the year. They only care like who won the US, the PGA, the Masters, and
Mhm.
the other one, the British Open or the Open. I'm sorry, they don't call it the British Open. They call it the Open.
Open.
Pretentious assholes.
So Hannah, so like if they actually did a triple crown, how many times would you have to peak? Like every time, like obviously 3 or
I mean-
4 times, because you have like the 3 3 competitions, then you have the games, and then you
Yeah.
The games
And
counts as one, right? In
Right.
this scenario.
Games has to count as one,
yeah,
right?
like the games would be one, and yeah, they would like, but like yeah, that would be it would either be all right, like games would start it. It'd be like games, maybe Madrid, or you can say do like the SoCal one, and Rogue, like that's back to back months. Like yeah, you're like killing people. Like I mean, I for a fact like I think that's like I think some people could do it, but I just don't know how like what the longevity is unless like those people would be like, hey, like my competition season is August through October and I'm literally taking like the next 9 months to recuperate and hopefully build back up.
Like I feel like in theory it's a cool idea, and this keeps coming back to the same old question: what the hell is our season schedule?
yeah.
Right.
Like that's where the problem arises. It's like, okay, can we just get a set schedule season? Because currently it's essentially, so what is it? Okay, so we have the games to Rogue is 10 weeks.
Something
Let's
like
call
that.
it,
Yeah.
yeah, because it's 12 because it's the first weekend of August.
Yeah.
And then the
September,
last-
and
yeah.
then it's Halloween weekend. So let's go 12 weeks. Okay. Then we got November, December. It's like Wadapalooza is what, the end of January? Second
Yeah,
last
but
weekend.
there's Dubai coming up right now too. That's
No,
the other
we're
one.
not talking about Dubai. We're using
Okay,
the ones
okay.
they've said. So that gives us 3 months, and then it's like we're back over again. But it's like it doesn't matter because Patty B can't win the games.
You
I feel
win
like
the other
that's-
stuff though.
Yeah, but
You would win the Triple Crown.
who
Technically.
cares? Who cares? Like it's like the game still means the most, right? Wadapalooza is still important, but it's like the Triple Crown's cool. Because Frazier never did it.
Right.
Froning, it wasn't really, like, Rogue didn't exist when Froning was around, so he's not a fair example.
Mhm.
So it's more or less like, because Frazier never competed at Waza.
No, but he did Dubai. I think he was the main ones he was doing were like the big money ones.
He picked like the
Oh,
big
yeah.
money.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like,
Yo,
fair.
if you can get paid, get paid.
Yeah, if
I'm mad at it.
I get, yeah, it's like, yeah, sheep
Even
blood money, but
even
yeah.
Pat, oh Jesus Christ, but even Pat, like not winning the game, like you put that one
Yeah,
right in.
Like, I was trying to figure out how to word it, and I was like, yeah,
Like blood money. It's like
sheep blood money, yeah.
Oh man, yo, hopefully you're not reading this. We gonna disappear us if we go.
No, I'm getting MBS'd tomorrow.
Jeez.
No, I just like, man, like even Pat not winning the games is okay as long as he's getting those checks, because he always cashes those
That's the
Wadapalooza
thing.
checks.
Like, I think it's a cool concept. It's just like I don't know if it's practical.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean 5 or 6 events that are just absolutely grueling over a 2 to 3 day like course where everyone always has to travel. It's hell.
Yeah, like
let's
Chandler's
just
going from down under was last weekend.
to
He's
Dubai,
going
yeah.
directly to Dubai, and it's
And I
this
think some
weekend.
people are going from Fit Fest in the UK to Dubai after as well.
That's better.
Yeah.
It's better. It's better.
It's
but
but again, it's the same. It's like still what a price. Let's call it a 6-hour time change.
and they're not home.
Yeah.
It's like you're spending time on the road. Like
it's a pretty nice road. Last time I checked,
yeah, it is a nice road.
Yeah, like I think it's
a
fun.
nice
You
road.
get cool
It's a nice road.
you get cool opportunities and like all this stuff. But I mean, for me, it's just like, okay, like is this going to affect them long term? Is it going to affect them for like? I mean, they have time before the CrossFit season, but
the Triple Crown becomes cool when people start to do it a lot.
Mhm.
Right.
Like it's a cool idea in theory because it's a neat thing to create. And Dave that's the thing. Dave put out a really cool idea for people to talk about.
Yeah.
You know what's another cool idea? If we make the Triple Crown like put training programs at like head to head, almost like you would teams, where you have individual and team people competing in events and scoring points for the. Oh, that sounds a lot like Harry Potter. Oh Christ.
No, you're just
never mind. Never mind.
It's almost like the Grid League.
Stop doing Grid League.
Oh my gosh.
You recreated Grid League in your head, and that's immediately what I went to, and I was like, no.
I was never there.
It's on Instagram. Still there.
It's true.
Still there.
Yeah. So also in the news that came out, the West Coast semis are going to be in Carson. And so
Boo, they should have gone back to Del Mar. I'm still holding out hope one day.
Oh, you know what?
I know. Del Mar
That's
was
the
so
thing.
cool.
Like Del Mar would be like the cool, like the best place to do it.
Right. Like I don't know. Like I feel like everything's like if it's going to Carson again, it's like, man, no wonder we're going back to Knoxville. Like we can't afford Orlando.
Yeah.
Like
but
go to Del Mar.
Seems like CrossFit decided to offset the cost by giving it back to they're pushing the cost back onto whomever's there.
Right. No, I like they're definitely going back to like the third party things. Like that's why it's a syndicate crown. It's it's West Coast Classic, like those things. I'm jealous that I can't like go to California. I'm like I've always
you just gotta move. Be on a team.
Literally, I have
pool
to
boy.
I have to do the
talk to Kiefer and Underdogs.
I just have to go do the open somewhere.
Again.
Someone message me.
Please.
Yeah, you could be like Mike Poolboy. He went from California to moving to Massachusetts. So and just working out like training there and joining a team over there. So could be a possibility.
Like literally, if you just do the open, like, and if it ever became like, hey, you just have to do quarterfinals together, that'd make things even better. But I understand why they want the open. Like, you need to do the open in the affiliate.
It's so dumb.
Yeah, but like, do you think it's gonna be at the tennis stadium or where? Like outside the whole time is like how bad? I mean, well, that might not be.
It's not practical just because of weather.
Yeah.
Hey, I think it's cool if they did it at the tennis stadium.
Yeah.
And it's not fair because everything else would be indoors. Like they have to keep if I'm thinking logistically as a sporting event and it's the qualification to the games, it all needs to be inside in controlled environments.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, well, at least Hannah doesn't have to worry to pass it out or anything like that, since it might be
No,
indoors.
I know. Yo, I
Unless
know.
she goes to the
Everything
West
is
Coast.
No, I'm on the East Coast. I'm going back to my good old stomping grounds, Knoxville, Tennessee. So
Gotta love
go
old,
Big
good old
Orange.
Knoxville.
Let's go.
I
Big
know,
Orange.
I know. So many moments were there. So many moments.
I actually
Making
do
my
like
first
Knoxville.
CrossFit games.
Yeah.
Not making my second CrossFit games. So no, Knoxville's pretty cool. But I mean, it's not the same draw as Orlando.
Now, what down in Knoxville, where there's like a big crowd over there at all, or was it kind of like?
No, like
No.
there was nobody in the seats. Granted, it was just because like that was like, like I would find out a month before semifinals or like in
It was also
2021
back-to-back
it was 2
weekends.
weeks. Yeah.
Yeah.
So-
It was but so like now like people can actually, actually book stuff right now saying like, "Oh, I'll be at semifinals in Knoxville this year," rather than just be like, "Nah, I'm not going." So, but I mean, I bet a lot of people went to Orlando because it's Orlando. Like I got to go to Disney World Sunday. Like who wouldn't want to do that? Like they can
Yeah.
go to Dolly World in Tennessee, I guess. Or
Yo,
And
Pigeon Forge
Nashville.
is Pigeon Forge where it's at.
That place is very interesting, Pigeon Forge, Tennessee. Very, very interesting. Let's just say that. So it
Yo,
is
but then
like
30 minutes down, you go to Gatlinburg too. Man,
Dude,
you make a whole trip out of this.
Yeah, all right. If anybody hasn't been to Gatlinburg, it is absolute trash. It's like literally like one straight road the whole time, and it's like super
What did
touristy.
Gatlinburg do to you?
Yeah.
I went there. Like the only cool thing is like you go up the mountain to like, you could see where like all the Smoky Mountains and everything like that, but everything else is just like an absolute tourist trap. It's just dirty. It's not fun. Dirty. And then like Pigeon, not
We're
Pit, like
never getting sponsorships
yeah.
from the state of Tennessee.
no, but
No.
like Pigeon Forge is not that bad. I
They
mean,
don't
it's
sponsor much.
no, but
No, it's
But you
fucking
got the-
Cookeville and
like, yeah.
Nashville.
you got Dollywood there, but like everything else is like it's all touristy. Like you'll go to like Orlando, it has the same attractions that it does in Pigeon Forge, like same thing, and like even Panama City Beach, like that area, is the same amount of attractions, and it's just like, I mean, the people that live there are kind of interesting too as well. So
However, I will say this. Pigeon Forge in Knoxville does not have Publix. And
yeah,
Publix,
Publix is where it's at.
national treasure.
Mm-hmm.
You like take it or leave it. I like HEB.
HEB is nice.
So I kind of also wanted to add something else too as well, because I didn't post it on there on the list that we wanted to talk about. But before I left after the 6 months, we were talking about like, is CrossFit dead?
It's very much not.
Yeah, I know,
No,
I know.
there's so much to talk about.
But here, like dead in a sense of like, not growing or whatnot. And so then like after that email that Rich Froning, like in that group Mayhem, posted about is CrossFit dead, it started blowing up. And then Craig Ritchie was kind of talking about it in his YouTube channel, where he was talking about like he was getting like 2018, 2019, he was getting a bunch more views, but like now it's kind of like almost half of what he was getting when he like was kind of like a couple years back again.
Well, I don't give a shit about him working out with his shirt off.
Well, I don't think he does. He always has the baggy shirt on. Craig
Or
Ritchie?
maybe it's his Instagram. My algorithm.
I think it's his Instagram.
Explore page is kind of fucked. Got it.
Yeah,
Cool.
like
The shirtless people working out.
yeah. Speaking of Explorer page, my wife was looking at something. She went on like the search thing, and like she's like, "What are all these like naked? Like what are all these like girls in bikinis and like ripped?" I'm like, I have no clue like why all these people are on my For You page. Like I don't even look at that. I just look at the feed of my Instagram. Like I don't.
Sure, pal.
80% of my
Sure.
Explore page are sneakers. This is bad.
But
I think mine's just like recipes, like dessert and donuts.
And food.
Gosh,
and
I-
food.
I
Yep,
should
I
do
got
that.
food and shoes.
Mine's literally like music and Snoopy.
Nice.
Food,
Some
shoes.
sneakers.
Oh, and I've got some. It looks like I got some like cute dogs as well, and raccoons. I love trash pandas.
Trash pandas. I told my son that trash pandas. He's like, "What's that?" I'm like, "It's a raccoon." He's like, "Oh, I like that name." He's like,
Yeah.
"Okay, I'm
It's
gonna use
creative.
that." Yeah,
Creative.
yeah. But
CrossFit's not dead.
I know, but like, what would they do to, you know, kind of almost like bring it back to earlier on where it was like, you know, everyone was talking about it, but like, you know, is what do you think would be a good option for them
You
to
have to
grow the
change.
brand?
You have to change. Like you have to go back in time and make some decisions.
I don't think you have
Like
to go
I mean,
back.
you like. Here's the thing. You're you would ideally you go back and you don't, and some things do happen differently in the way HQ operates post 2018. But at this point, like you're trying to put the you can't put Pandora back in the box. There's so many things that have happened, and there's no like you're trying to get more people in the U.S. to do it. No, you're going to get more people around the world to do it.
Yeah.
I mean, I think that all goes back to, I mean, during like the height of, I mean, like any like YouTube or Instagram influencer like in the CrossFit space, it was when like CrossFit media was at its height too. And you know, like I know that they're posting more on their YouTube. Granted, like they just do have some time to, like, they have to build it back up. And the more that, you know, that's getting out to people that are just looking at fitness videos, people see a CrossFit video, people think it's cool. Like, I mean, but that just takes time, just like it did, you know, to build up the 2018. That took time. This is going to take time too.
Yeah. And like if Craig's saying like more people, not as many people are looking at his page, it's like YouTube's also taken off, and how many people are now doing any type of fitness content online.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Like
Yeah.
you're just muddying the waters, and it's like you go look at Buttery Bros, and they're not really doing true CrossFit anymore. They've
No.
done
You have to grow out. You have to do different
running.
things.
You do the running events with We Are Running Company, or like they're doing a bunch of other stuff and like going outside the classic CF space, and they know what's important to them, but that's just not gonna be like you can't just be doing that type of content or weightlifting. It's very niche.
Yeah.
Right.
Like I saw a video, I saw like a thing on our Instagram about Heber Cannon like just starting to work on snatching again, like overhead squats, because he
I saw
hasn't done
that.
them in
Yeah.
years. And I'm like, how, like, you're a CrossFit guy, like you should at least still have somewhat of the mobility to actually do an overhead squat on with a bar.
It could be a shoulder issue, or like
Oh, that's
what
true.
I haven't done overhead squats, and that's all I've been doing the past couple weeks, and they finally feel good. I haven't done overhead squats in like 2 years. That's the thing with CrossFit. It's like there's so many things like you can get great at and forget about, and then like realize, oh, I suck at this now, and then come back, which is kind of the beauty of CrossFit.
Yeah. Like for me, it's bench pressing. I suck at that now.
That's the most pointless lift of all time.
That's not even really CrossFit though. And bench press is bench press is, you know,
I like benching.
benching's fun. But
Yeah,
I'm also short. You have long arms. That's a long way to go down.
Yeah.
Just do my push presses. That's all I'll do.
We know.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just make sure the
That and
barbell is
squat.
a hero barbell and not one of those other janky gym barbells.
Free hero barbell. Go.
That's right.
Xander still has my Rogue barbell, so I'm gonna
He
go.
does.
I know.
I use it regularly, just so we're clear.
It's mine now.
It's
I'm never
literally
gonna
been
get
mine
back.
for 2 years. It's been mine for 2 years, Vic. I'm almost sure.
I think it's
never-
common. Is it
never
common
going
law?
up
Is
us?
it common law possession?
I drove
No,
it across the
I
Red
got like
River.
8
I'm
more years
9
for that.
I've got like a lot more like ownership on this. I think time and just like good old usage. Like Hannah won it for free. Let's be
Yeah.
very clear.
I know.
You
but
take
I,
care
like,
of it too, right? You store it. You clean it.
Yeah, it's in my garage. It's well kept.
Yeah.
She
Yeah, I
wants
can't
it.
wait to get it back.
She wants it back for the boy toy to use it.
I think Hannah's guilty of barbell neglect. Just left it out in the
There's
wild.
a lot of jokes in here. I just am not. I'm leaving live. I have to let them lie right now. God damn it. I can't believe it, guys.
That's right.
So do you think to grow for CrossFit, do you think they need to work on more of the affiliate side, or kind of like do a mixture of games and affiliates?
It's
them.
They need to grow. Like they need to grow the affiliates. Like that's where the biggest changes are, and that's where you're gonna get the most people to do it. Like
Mm-hmm.
Right.
competitive CrossFit is, again, it's like competitive. It's like how many do you know? Like at your gym, for instance, do you know powerlifters at your gym? It's a very small subset. Like it's cool that one of my managers of my office here in Oklahoma, he's a competitive powerlifter, like amateur. Like he likes to do it for fun. He's looking to do a meet, and it's like, but it's very niche, and it's you're growing these people to encourage them to come try it and change their health over time. The biggest change for people in CrossFit is not competitive. It's in the affiliates at the health level. That's where the biggest change is going to hopefully encourage people to come to a sweaty Saturday, come to a class, like bring your friends, bring your coworkers. That's where like people can truly change and grow, and it's encouraging people to go there. It's not the people that are already doing it that were just the up in arms like vocal minority. It's like I don't want to pay $4,500. I'm gonna go buy a New Haven backpack. Okay, guys.
Or a hair barbell.
That too.
You use code Type1, save 10%.
Plug God.
Yes. Yes. Okay, so we're getting close to the end. Well, I almost wanted to talk about the Rich and his bear little post, but I'm like, it's not really worth it. So
You have to know hunting community, and it's just like I'm happy Rich is proud of himself, and like he just you have to be very delicate in that space, and he just decided he got flooded with
yeah,
Instagram hate that I don't agree with, but that's the hunting space online because people
Yeah.
have different views on it. And I'm a big Cam Haynes person, so like Cam talked about it on his podcast, and he was like, I felt bad, but he let it loose, and then you can't can't unring that bell.
yep. But anyways, he gave 0 Fs, and plus he's doing a YouTube video on it too. So he's like, whatever. So
Yeah, it's great content if you know where the good hunt, and like Rich isn't trying to brag that he killed a bear. It's like there's a lot of bears. You use them. He's gonna eat it. He's gonna share with friends.
Yeah.
Again, just because like Yogi the Bear is out there in cartoons doesn't mean that bears are also like, again, ecosystem. Just a whole conversation I don't think is worth being on this podcast because
Yeah.
I feel like we're just gonna get you hate, and I don't want to do that to you.
And also,
No.
Yogi Bear was a thief. Okay.
Yeah, but only you can prevent forest fires, okay, Vic?
I mean, I could hunt for deer in my town easily. So I could just literally just hit my car with one of the deers and just run across the road and kind of use that.
Not the
so.
same.
No,
It's not
not
the
the
same at all. At all.
That's a slow death.
Why'd you say that?
You see, it's crazy where I live. I literally like drive when I'm driving to my kid to school or driving to like my daughter to some class or whatever. Like you will see at least 2 to 3 dead deer just like chilling out on the side of the road or like in the middle of the road.
I don't think they're chilling. I think they're dead.
Well, dead. Like like it's crazy, but it's just like
No, they're they're everywhere here. Like they just like walk through my neighborhood, and
Yeah.
I live in an actual town. It's kind of crazy.
yeah, like
It's
I
like
literally.
the turkeys in Massachusetts.
Oh my gosh, yeah, they're crazy too. They give 0 fucks. So, but anyway, but like even the deer, like I'll be driving to the gym at like 4:45 in the morning, and like literally they're just like on the corner of the the four-way stops like area, and it's just like, hey, what's up, man? You mind if I just walk across the street, just eat some grass over here? And I'm like, have at it. Like 10 deer, like tons of them, just all in my neighborhood. It's insane. Yeah.
I'm just thinking of a deer on the corner at 4:45 in the morning.
Just
Hey
being like,
Tom,
hey Tom, nice to see
you
you
need
again.
you need some berries? I got some for you.
They would literally they will literally like look up and like just stare at you the whole time and just as you drive by. They just don't care. It's crazy. So, and like they were in my backyard like all the time. So it's cool to see. So anyways, enough about that. So Christmas is around the corner, and I kind of wanted to get what you guys are grateful for because we kind of talked about that last year, and so I kind of want to keep that tradition going a little bit. So Xander, what are you grateful for?
I am grateful for my friends Ryan and Sam, like the three of you guys, probably a lot of people in my life. Grateful my dad's still around. He had his hip replaced. It's not a super serious surgery, but it's still surgery nonetheless last week. So grateful he's still around and my mom's taking care of him. So really grateful for my friends and family over the past year. is probably the one I'm most grateful for. Vic, you're up.
Oh, it's on me. Yeah, I got to piggyback and echo some of that as well. Just friends and family. Um, it's been a long year, and I think I'm really appreciating the ability to spend time with those people that are like in my corner, as much as possible. And during the CrossFit season, when you only have so little time to meet up with people from all across the country slash world that it makes those little moments like that much more special. Uh, because you don't have a lot of time, so you make the most of it while you're there with them. And yeah, I think I'm just grateful that things have not taken a turn for the worse, because I'm always at like, oh, waiting for the other shoe to drop. And I feel like in the past couple of years, things just keep, improving. So
Awesome. Hannah, what do you got?
I mean, it's gonna be the same as them. I'm just grateful for just like friends and family. I mean, you texting us last week and saying like, hey, let's jump
Next
on
time, if you don't want to
podcast.
do Tuesday, just tell us. By the way.
But no, it's just like it's awesome. Like I am always grateful for like these relationships, and we can go 10 years and probably, if we get a text saying, hey, let's hop on a podcast, like the four of us are going to do it anyway. I'm just like, I'm so grateful, especially just like with this year, it's been crazy. Like, I mean, even just like moving here to Alpharetta, trying to figure out just like, okay, like what, like even like my thoughts are for this season and even just like my career in general. So, the fact that I can rely on you guys and, Austin and my family and just like everybody I've met just like in the CrossFit space over the years that are now like my best friends. And I mean, way more than like, are basically family. It's, I'm always grateful to have them around.
Awesome. All right. Well, I'm up. So I'm thankful for having a healthy family, pretty much. So, the kids are doing great. And actually, my 8-year-old son's reading at a 4th grade level, and he's only in 3rd grade. So, yay for him. So, let's go.
I was gonna ask him like, what grade does that mean? Because I don't know how age.
So, yeah, he's doing really well, and he's playing sports, and he's like obsessed with football. But like, my daughter's obsessed with Pokemon now and stuff. But like, they're thriving, they're surviving, we're doing great, no issues over here. And it's like nice to finally like, catch up with you guys on the podcast, because, I'm for the 6 months, I was missing the hell out of this, podcasting, like, talking to people and, and doing this and recording it and, kind of get your reactions on, random shit that we just talk about, because we're just talking heads and like to, do some, back of the napkin math, stuff like that. So
Always the most fun.
yes. And yeah, I'm just, I'm glad I'm not as stressed out as I was like 6 to 8 months ago. So a little happy for that. And yeah, that's pretty much all I got, really. So
Sweet.
looking to have a great Christmas, low key. So
Let's go.
yeah, just
And we're
kill it.
back.
Yes, and we're back. So once a month, not on Tuesdays. So for the next couple weeks. So but yeah,
Right.
so well, thank you guys for joining the show, and thank you for watching this podcast. And once again, we're gonna start doing it once a week, and I'm looking to blow this thing up out of the water. So I'm really excited for this, and yeah, and we'll kind of go from there. All right, peace.
All right.